Welcome to the 12th Horseshoe Podcast. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. From New Jersey now, it's Jack Rizzo and I'm Elijah Weintraub. Welcome home, Jack. How's it
Thank
going?
Yeah, well, it's home for a little bit. I'm flying back home tonight, but yeah,
Okay.
it's been a great week back home here. We're in the original room where we started this podcast, and
The room
it's
where it
great to be
happened.
back for another show.
The room where it happened from Hamilton. All right. Let's move along. We had no show last week because our bye week. And now we have exciting week to recap. We'll start off with let's start with week 12 in our recap there. We had the Bills and the Texans on Thursday night last Thursday. And what we saw was a Bills loss to the Texans 23-19 and one of the best defenses of the Houston Texans.
Yeah, absolutely. It was Josh Allen just got battered all night long. It was a really unbelievable performance from the Houston Texans defense, and it could be a possible turning point for them. I mean, they're sitting here at 6-5. The AFC South is still far from over. They could even be in the wild card as well. And it's been a really impressive turnaround, and they should be getting CJ Stroud back within the next week or two.
That'll be a game changer for sure. And we go now to the Jets and the Ravens, where no surprise, the Jets lose 23-10. I mean, there's not much to recap here, but the Jets are just awful, and the Ravens got the win there.
Yeah, the Jets just don't have enough offense to be able to win these games. They didn't look too bad. The Ravens have been kind of struggling the last couple weeks, but ultimately they did enough here at home. The Ravens defense had themselves a game last Sunday, and that was why they got the win.
All right, Steelers Bears. Steelers lost to the Bears in this one 31-28. Aaron Rodgers out. That also played a factor in their loss. The Bears did get a win, but it was a very close than usual. We're going to see a lot more close games from the Bears in the future.
Yeah, well, the Bears have certainly gotten lucky this year. I mean, they've won all these one-score games, and it's like the luck is flipped from last year when they lost all the one-score games there. When it's like their luck is flipped with the Chiefs' luck, which we'll talk
Yeah.
about in a second. But it's like they're completely opposite. The Bears are these one-score games. The Chiefs are now losing all of these one-score games. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this isn't a surprise. We just know they're going to finish the season 9-8 or 10-7. So they're going to win some games. They're going to lose some games. Not a bad 28 points. That's a lot though with Aaron Rodgers not in. So pretty impressive from the offense, but defense didn't do enough to win.
Yeah. We go now to the Patriots and the Bengals, where the final score there was 26-20. The Patriots won, a lot closer than usual for this Patriots team. They're still the best team right now, for sure, in the AFC. But are they? Or are they just
They
getting
are.
lucky by
They are.
playing weak teams? That's the question.
They're not playing weak teams. They
They
beat
are
the
playing weak
Bucks. They
teams.
beat the Bills.
They're weak teams. Weak teams.
So the Bills are weak, and so are the
No,
Bucks.
I mean, technically, they've been losing certain these big games.
Wait,
So,
wait, but
yeah.
who have the Chiefs beaten though?
Nobody. I'm not saying they're the best either.
Exactly.
I'm not saying they're the
Exactly.
best either.
Who have the Broncos beaten?
Nobody. But my point is, they're
Wow. So the Eagles are nobody? You're being a bit inconsistent here with
the point is, there's no clear winner in the AFC and the NFC, and I'm not saying that the Patriots should be the best team. I think they haven't played a really good team where I could say
nobody has.
yes,
Nobody
yes,
has.
that's true too. But I can't say to
Except for the
myself,
Rams, I guess. I
yes.
don't
You could
know.
say maybe the Rams, but minus the Rams,
No, I'm not talking about the Patriots playing the Rams. I'm just saying the Rams might be the only actually legit team.
that is true. Yeah, you can argue that one. Okay, we'll just move along. Colts Chiefs, great game, went to overtime, and it resulted in a Chiefs win because of Harrison Butker, 23-20. What a really good game, and we both got this pick wrong. But Jack, what went you could say decently well for this Colts team despite the loss?
Well, their defense played unbelievable. They had a couple of turnovers, really limited Patrick Mahomes in this offense, but ultimately the Colts offense just didn't do enough. Obviously, Daniel Jones is playing hurt right now. They didn't run the ball effectively, and their defense was on the field on Sunday for 43 minutes. And I don't care how good your defense is, that it is really hard to play defense for 43 minutes. They were just gassed at the end, but it was a good effort from the Colts. But being up by 11 in the fourth quarter, it certainly is disappointing that they didn't come away with the win, especially a chance to get a massive road win. And if they cheat, and they could have had the Chiefs here at 5-7 after yesterday, but instead they're 6-6.
If you thought one overtime was enough in Week 12, think again, because we not had only one, we not had only two, we had 3 overtime games in Week 12. Our second overtime game was the Giants and the Lions. Can you believe I'm saying that? The Giants and the Lions went to overtime. 34-27 was the final. The Lions, of course, won, but so close to losing that game because they played the Giants. What went wrong for this Lions team that made them lose. They almost lose this game, even though yes, the Giants blew a lead. No surprise there.
I don't know what's going on with the Lions. They have just not looked good this year at
No.
all. And they've been like this really the entire season. I mean, some games their defense doesn't play well like it did on Sunday, and some games it's their offense that just completely goes silent. It just doesn't feel like it's the Lions' year. It seems like losing their coordinators really hurt them. And the Lions are in some trouble here. I mean, it looks like they might not win the division, and they might not even make the playoffs after yesterday. But in this game, ultimately, Jahmyr Gibbs is the difference. Almost 300 yards from scrimmage, 3 touchdowns. And the Giants
Get
finally fired
eliminated.
their defensive coordinator. I mean, the Giants have to be the best 2-10 team of all time, right?
Well, yeah, except they got eliminated first of everybody in the National Football League.
They did get eliminated, but like if they really could have like 7 or 8
If they
wins.
really had a better
They really
defense,
could.
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, exactly. If they had a better defense, they
The
would
best
be a
team right
playoff
now.
team probably.
I agree because they blew what 3 now leads, big leads in the fourth
At
quarter.
least. At least.
At least. By the way, the Rams are in first place in the NFC. The Patriots are first in the AFC. It's a very interesting and tight race to the finish. We already got one team eliminated. We'll get a lot more eliminated next week, potentially even the Titans if they lose this week as well. We go on now to the Vikings and the Packers. The final score there 23-6. The Packers got a big win. Vikings aren't the team that they're supposed to be this year, and that's just the bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. It's this is a really interesting one here. As I pull it up my score sheet, there we go. Yeah, the Vikings are just not having a good year. McCarthy is just not looking like an NFL caliber quarterback. Obviously, it's still early in his career, but man, things have just not gone well for the Vikings this year. Their defense played okay, but they ultimately didn't do enough. And the Packers, it looks like they're starting to find their groove. I mean, the first 2 weeks they looked like a Super Bowl contender. Then they looked really bad for the next like 7 or 8 weeks. But now they've had 3 straight wins. They've looked good doing it, and the Packers look like they're back in the race for the NFC North.
They are. We go now to Seattle and Tennessee, where it was a lot closer than we had all thought, but it was a Seattle win nonetheless. Seattle wins 30-24 over Tennessee Titans. We both got this pick right. Big win for Seattle. Again, it's a Titans team. I'm not fully sold on the Seattle team until we play another big team. We have another Titans type of weak team this week with the Vikings. I'm not completely sold on it just yet. I mean, we did not beat the Rams, so I'm not fully confident in the Seattle team unless they beat these big teams. But a win is a win, though, and that was a win for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing that they only won by 6. They were up by a lot more than 6. They were up by, I think, around 20 at one point in this game. They let the Titans slowly crawl back. That's the other thing, too, is I don't think the Titans are as bad as their record shows. I think they're going to play some spoiler over these next couple weeks. But ultimately, JSN did enough for Seattle's offense to win this game, as he's done every week, really.
Absolutely. And we go now to another overtime game. The Cardinals and the Jaguars that went to overtime 27-24. The final there, Jaguars took the victory. Their Cardinals were Jack's pick. He got that wrong. And the Jaguars are still dancing with another win.
Yeah, they won. I'll give credit to them, but I'm still not bought into this team. I don't think really this team is that good, to be honest. I just think they've gotten lucky this year. I mean, let's be honest. They play at Tennessee this week. I know Tennessee's 1-10, but I think the Jags are on upset watch. I really do.
Ooh.
I'm not buying into this team. I mean, Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions. He hasn't really looked that great. The defense is I'll give credit to their defense. Their defense is pretty good, but again, the Jags are super inconsistent. They've blown a couple of big leads this year. All the receivers are still hurt. Liam Cohen's a great coach. I'll give him credit for that, but I want to see a bit more from the Jaguars before I crown them as a true contender in the AFC.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens going forward. And we go now to the Browns and the Raiders, where the Raiders lost 24-10. Jack got the pick wrong and got it right. Jack, by the way, did pretty good last week, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. I didn't do the stats. We'll have to take a look at that later.
I went 8-6. You went 10-4. I just did it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, but the Raiders are just awful, and I think at this point, Pete Carroll might get himself fired after this season.
Well, I think Pete Carroll might just retire, to be honest, rather than get fired, because he's in his mid-70s. The Raiders are just a complete mess right now. And I guess give credit to the Browns. Their defense, Myles Garrett's having himself a ridiculously good season.
He is.
Shedeur Sanders, I don't think he played great, but he did enough though to help them win the game. So I'll give him credit for that. And the Browns defense, again, with Myles, with the rest of those guys, they did their job in helping the Browns win this game.
And the next game, we have the Eagles and the Cowboys, where how about them Cowboys winning two straight, including Thanksgiving, which we'll get to the Thanksgiving game later. And they got a big win, 24-21, comeback from behind to beat the Eagles. What a great game and a big win for the Cowboys.
Absolutely. This was a season-saving win for the Dallas Cowboys, knocking off the defending Super Bowl champions at home, coming back from 21 points down to win 24-21. Cowboys defense really stepped it up in the second half. And this offense has done some really good things this year. I mean, George Pickens is maybe going to be the best offseason acquisition of the 2025 season with what he's done. And ultimately, again, a season-saving wins for the Cowboys. And they are right in the playoff race right now in the NFC. They have slowly crawled their way back in there. They've won 3 in a row. And the Cowboys are looking really good right now.
Another one that surprised many of us, the Saints beat the Falcons 24-10. I will keep on saying this every single week. The Atlanta Falcons are the most wishy-washy team in the National Football League. One week, they have such a big win, and the next week, which should have been a win, results in a loss. I don't understand this team. I think we're just going to keep on getting these picks wrong every week, and this team's unpredictable.
Yeah, I know. I'm so done with the Falcons. I really am. I don't even know what to do with them at this point. But I mean, hey, their defense played great. Their defense has played really well the last couple weeks. So I'll give them that. The offense, though, not that great. But the Saints are the Saints, and the Saints are just not that good of a team this year. Falcons got the win. I don't really have much to say because I'm just honestly sick of talking about the Falcons, to be honest.
I agree. So why don't we just move on to the Buccaneers and the Rams? How about that? The Buccaneers, well, they lost pretty bad, 34-7, and this ain't a team that this team was really good in the beginning, and now it's like, what's happening to this team? They're likely still going to win the division because it's such a weak South division, but they're not going to go far in the playoffs, and that's just the bottom line. In the beginning, yes, they had plenty of potential, but now it does not seem like that anymore. And what did you think about this Rams win?
I mean, they dominated from start to finish. I mean, how about Devontae Adams, the future Hall of Famer, is having a resurgent season? So, same with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is possibly having the best season of his career at age 37. I think Matthew Stafford is also a lock for the Hall of Fame.
All right.
It has been so incredibly impressive what the Rams have done this year. Remember, Matthew Stafford had that back injury before the season started. We weren't even sure.
We weren't sure he was going to play.
Yeah, we weren't even sure if he's going to be healthy. And now look what he's doing. Only has 2 interceptions on the season. He's been unbelievable. And I think the Rams right now are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. And I don't think that's a stretch.
No, it's not. And I think you're absolutely have a fair point there. And we'll see what happens the rest of the way for this Rams team. The last one is going to be the 49ers and the Panthers. The 49ers win 20-9. They played a Panthers team that another wishy-washy, I guess you could say. One week they do really good. Now it's like, okay, well, they lost to the 49ers. 49ers definitely got a big win that they needed. What went right for the 49ers in this game?
It was all about their defense. I mean, this Carolina offense really didn't do much. Also, like the Chiefs, the 49ers were on the field for just so long. They sustained these long drives, completely wore down this Carolina defense. And obviously, Brock Purdy didn't look that great. He threw 3 interceptions, but another unbelievable performance from him. He just does so much at the running back position. He's really the exception for why you do pay running backs in this day and age. And the 49ers sitting at 8-4. Somehow that's only 3rd place in the NFC West, but they are still right in the race for the division. They still have another game with Seattle. They still have a couple more tough games left, but if the 49ers win out or maybe only lose one more game, they have a legitimate chance.
Let's talk some Thanksgiving football. We had 3 great games yesterday with upsets, literally upsets. We had a great halftime show in Detroit, and that's the game where we're going to start off with. Everybody's calling it the greatest halftime show in all of time. I don't know if it was the greatest, but definitely a very good halftime show compared to what we've seen in the past years in the Super Bowl. Overall, though, great game. Lions lost 31-24. Packers got a major win. Are they the best team right now, or are they, another ones? We're not too sure yet.
They're so inconsistent. You don't really know what version of the Packers you're going to get, but we got a good version of them yesterday. Jordan Love had himself a game, 4 passing touchdowns. The Packers defense really battered Jared Goff all game long, and it was a huge division win for the Packers. They've swept the Detroit Lions, 3-0 in the division. Keep in mind, the Packers won 1-5 in the division last year, and that was a huge reason they were finished in 3rd place. But if the Packers can keep winning these division games, they're going to win the division this year, and that's huge. Having playoff games being played at Lambeau Field is such a massive difference. It's one of the toughest places
Especially
to
the
play,
weather.
especially in the cold winter. And if Jordan Love can continue to improve, if this offense can continue to produce, they are absolutely a threat in the NFC.
There's no question about it. And now we go to the Chiefs and the Cowboys. The Chiefs lost on Thanksgiving to the how about them Cowboys? 31-28, the final. Cowboys got a big, big, big win, and they're still alive, my friends. They have potential to make the playoffs. Maybe win the division. Maybe. That's a stretch, but maybe. If depending on how Philadelphia does today. But this was a massive win that they needed today last night, and they got it.
I can't believe this is the first time Patrick Mahomes had ever played on Thanksgiving, which is how marketable he and the Chiefs are. I'm shocked they didn't put him on Thanksgiving before. But
Great game.
overall, though, a massive win for the Cowboys. I mean, their offense, again, did all the work here. Javonte Williams, George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, they all played outstanding. And the defense ultimately did enough on Patrick Mahomes. They got a lot of pressure late in the game. The Chiefs had the penalties, too, were a huge difference in this one. There were a lot of Chiefs penalties. The Cowboys played a clean game. The Chiefs didn't. And that the penalties, I think, were ultimately the difference in this game. And the Cowboys, we always say they can't win big games. Well, their last two games, they've defeated the two teams who participated in the Super Bowl last year. And yeah, the Cowboys are absolutely in the playoff race, and their schedule the rest of the season is very favorable. Detroit this week is their toughest game, but then after that, they have Minnesota, the Chargers, the Commanders, and then the Giants, which are four games I think they probably have a good chance of winning. So the Cowboys have a real shot at making the playoffs here.
They do. And the last one we'll talk about here, the Bengals and the Ravens, where surprise, the Bengals won 32-14. We got every Thanksgiving game wrong yesterday. I mean, but don't go to us for picks on Thanksgiving. That's for sure.
Nope.
Second straight year that we did horrible once again. Is it just Joe Burrow luck that the Bengals did good in yesterday's game? What was it that made them win that game?
I don't know if Joe Burrow made the Bengals defense better all of a sudden, but that's really what won the game. I mean, the Ravens turned the ball over 5 times, and you're not going to win games if you turn the ball over 5 times. I don't even know what to think about. I don't know what to think about this division. I don't even know who's going to win it. I mean, the Steelers, do we really think they're going to win it? They're going to go 9-8 or 10-7. The Ravens clearly don't look like the team to beat after last night. I mean, could the Bengals possibly come back and win the division if they win out? I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but Joe Burrow, I will say, looked really good yesterday. He was moving around really well. And if this Bengals defense plays like they did last night, they absolutely have a chance to win out and possibly compete for the playoffs.
It all depends, Jack, on which the 3 quarterbacks are healthy. Is Aaron Rodgers going to come back healthy and strong? Is Joe Burrow going to continue to play healthy and strong? And same with Lamar Jackson. Those are 3 questions we have to think about as the rest of the season goes on. Who stays healthy? Who doesn't stay healthy? And that seems like is going to be determining who's going to win the division and who's not going to win the division.
Absolutely.
Let's go to some picks for starting with the Black Friday game. And Jack, take it away.
All right, let's do it. We start off with a game later today, 3 o'clock exclusively on Prime Video. We have the Bears facing the Eagles. This is an awesome game. You have an 8-3 team versus an 8-3. No, are the Eagles? Yeah. Eagles are 8-3 versus 8-3. It's gonna be an awesome one here at Lincoln Financial Field. The point spread here is pretty close. The Eagles are favored. Or actually, no, the Eagles are favored by 7. That's a bit surprising. I think a bit disrespectful to the Bears. However, I do think that the Eagles ultimately win this game. Being at home, the Bears have gotten so lucky last couple weeks. I think their luck might run out in this one. So give me the Eagles 21-17, although I could absolutely see the Bears winning this game.
Based on my luck on Thanksgiving, I mean, the Thanksgiving we saw was, a joke with our picks, and we saw all upset. So it's not the weekend yet. It's still Thanksgiving week, technically, even though it's past us. So upset pick of the week. Give me the Bears to win at 32-24.
Wow, okay. I do not hate that at all. Let's move on to the Sunday slate. No teams on bye this week, by the way.
Nope.
We have the Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte, 1 p.m. on Fox. The Rams are favored by 10.5. And yeah, the Rams are the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. I like the Rams here to win by a lot. Give me the Rams 38-21, and that is my survivor pick for week 13.
Rams take it big, 31-20.
So you have the Rams just covering the spread, just barely, because they're 10.5 point favorites and winning by 11. All right, we have the Saints taking on the Dolphins, 1 p.m. on Fox. Miami favored by 6. The Dolphins have won 3 of their last 4 games. And you know what? We're going to make it 4 out of 5. I'll take the Dolphins here. Close one, though, 18-17. Close game, but I think the Dolphins get the win at home.
You know what? I agree. 4 for 5. Give me the Dolphins, 18-15.
Got the Falcons facing the Jets, 1 p.m. on Fox at MetLife Stadium. The Falcons are favored by 2.5. I don't really have much to say about this game, but you know what? Let's be fun. Give me the Jets 13-10. Make it my upset pick of the week. Why not?
You know what? This Atlanta Falcons team, I will continue to say week after week in every episode, and I'll say it 5 times for all I care. We can't predict the Atlanta Falcons. One week they look like the best team. The next week they look like, how did they lose? That's the question we always say to ourselves. I don't know who to pick in this one, but I'm going to go with the Jets. Let's have some fun. 26-22, they get the win.
All right, we have the Cardinals taking on the Buccaneers, 1 p.m. on Fox as well. This game's in Tampa Bay. This game really comes down to if Baker Mayfield is healthy or not. And I really wish I could wait till Sunday. I really wish I could wait till the injury report to change my pick, but Baker's so tough. I'm just going to assume he's going to play. So give me Tampa Bay 25-18.
Cardinals win 24-23. I think they'll surprise us.
49ers facing the Browns, 1 p.m. on CBS. This is a game I honestly wouldn't be shocked if the Browns keep it somewhat close. But I think the 49ers, I think they're just a better roster overall. I'll take San Francisco 30-20. I think Christian McCaffrey is another big game.
San Francisco all day, 26-18. Maybe they'll give a run for the money. I mean, this West and the NFC is very tight right now.
Next up, we have the Texans facing the Colts, 1 p.m. on CBS. Massive AFC South showdown. The Colts are favored by 4.5 here. I expect this to be a very low-scoring game with some injuries to the quarterbacks, two great defenses going up against each other. I think the Colts get the win here, though, at home, 24-21. I think being at home is the difference here.
I'm going to go with the Texans 32-20. I changed my pick. I originally had the Colts, but I'm changing it. I think there's injuries that we have to watch out for from this Indianapolis team, and we had a very good Texans team coming in that I think is going to surprise us. So I'm going with the Houston Texans.
I don't hate that pick, but I'm shocked that you're going with that high of a score. You have so many injuries, two great defenses. I honestly don't think it's going to be close to that score. I think both teams might have like half of those points that you're giving them. I think my score is honestly on the higher end, to be honest, for this game. I think this game could be like 16-13 for all we know.
That's true. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, let's go with the Jaguars and the Titans, 1 p.m. on CBS. Jacksonville's favored by 6.5. I'm going to take the Jaguars to win here, but only by 3, 20-17. I'm not buying into this team, and I would not be shocked at all if the Titans keep this close, and I think they are going to keep it close ultimately.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jaguars here, 24-19. Don't be surprised if Tennessee gives a run for the money.
Okay, we got the Raiders take out the Chargers. The Vikings take out the Seahawks. Let me do that game first. 4:05 on Fox. Seattle's favored by 10.5 here. Seattle 28-20. Might be closer than you think, but I don't know. Seattle actually, for whatever reason, Seattle plays better on the road than they do at home. So they're at home, so I'll take Seattle by 8.
Seattle lock it up 34-22. They'll get a big win.
Raiders taking out the Chargers 4:25 on CBS in Los Angeles. Chargers 17-6 lock of the week. It'll be a defensive game here.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chargers win this one here 22-9. Survivor pick of the week.
Bills taking out the Steelers 4:25 on CBS, the big game of the afternoon. Buffalo's favored by 3.5 here. I don't really know what I want to pick here. Both these teams I don't really like, to be honest. They're just so inconsistent, but I guess I'll take the Bills here 30-27. I expect a lot of points in this one.
I go with the Bills on this one, 28-24. Don't be surprised if this is like an interesting close game, but I think the Bills pull out on top.
Sunday Night Football, Broncos Commanders, 8:20 on NBC. The Broncos are 9-2. They have the second best record in the AFC, right behind the Patriots. Commanders are 3-8. It's been a disappointing season. They are almost certainly eliminated from the playoffs at this point. This is going to be a very low-scoring game. There's going to be a lot of bad weather down there on Sunday night. They've talked about that a lot, how much the weather's going to impact this game. So in a very low-scoring game, give me the Broncos 20-10.
26-20, give me the Denver Broncos.
We have a very interesting Monday Night Football game here between the Giants and the Patriots, 8:15 on ESPN. I think we're going to see a shootout in Foxborough, but ultimately, I think Drake May is going to be the difference here. Patriots win by 7, 30-23.
Don't be surprised if the Giants are on top the entire game. We're like, oh my God, the Giants are going to be the Patriots. Giants are going to be the Patriots. And then they just blow the lead and Patriots somehow find a way to win it. That's what we're going to see, I think, on Monday night. But ultimately, Patriots are going to get the win 34-28.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our Week 12 recap, our Week 13 picks here on this Black Friday special, the 12th Horseshoe Podcast. Jack Rizzo, Eli Weintraub signing off. Make sure you join Eli and Jim for Sports with Mano Mano, 10 a.m. tomorrow?
10. Yep, 10 a.m.
Perfect. All right. And we will see you next week for our Week 13 recap and our Week 14 picks. We will see you next time.